Paul. Yeah. I was looking at this law dictionary. Yeah. They have what's called the oath of allegiance. An oath in which one swears allegiance to a particular country and promises to uphold its principles and its constitution. Yeah. Now, I had went in the civil service oath, and they say without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, they would have no other allegiance than the allegiance of the United States of America. Now, the principles of this nation are based upon the laws of the nation. And as that American citizen that is consenting to being governed, when you refuse to enforce the laws of the nation, your allegiance is to the fish family that are on the payroll. Now, when you have sworn allegiance to the principles of the government of the nation and the Constitution of the nation, and then you refuse to enforce the laws of the nation, when I have provided the evidence that the protection order that was issued on July 31st of 2015 was not issued according to the court instruction forms. Now, it has to say, and the law requires, and I'm thinking it's either the Violence Against Women's Act that says that you have to protect the due process rights of the respondent. Yeah. Or it's the Domestic Violence Protection Act, where the respondent has to be given notice and opportunity to be heard, that there has to be personal service, there has to be proof of service before you can have a court hearing. Now, when you have allegiance to anyone, any organization, any denomination, or any group of individuals that are on the payroll, in a court of law, you can be convicted for a number of crimes for having allegiance to any other principle or rule of law other than the Constitution of the United States. Now, let's say you issue the protection order that has forcibly removed my sons from my personal life. And the law requires the order to say if the respondent received notice of the hearing and by what method. But you issue a protection order where I was not given notice of hearing. There was not any jurisdiction over myself, over the petitioner, or over the minors that are listed on the protection order. That was forcibly issued because of the use of forgeries. Yes. It's obvious that in a court of law, when I go to suing every oath of office, having allegiance to any other principle, the principle of the fish family way of doing things, come to find out, or having allegiance to any other rule of law other than the Constitution of the United States, would be conspiring against an American's right to have his rights enforced, possibly treason, insurrection, persecution, prosecution, hate crimes, malicious prosecution, malicious harassment, and any number of United States codes. Now, I know it's been a while since anyone's been sued for having allegiance to any other form of government. But I am that American citizen that is consenting to be governed as long as it's according to the principles of the United States of America and the Constitution that governs the laws of the nation. Now, when your allegiance is to anyone or anything other than the United States of America, and you happen to be an employee of the United States government, any city, any county, any state, I would have to sue you for having allegiance to any other form of government other than the government of the United States. Now, I'm going to want those rights today.